Hi there. This video in the compression series is basically how to compress your basic kick, snare, open hi-hat and closed hi-hat to bring them through a mix. Now this mix is basically those four drums and a bass, so I'll let you hear it. Okay, so basically I'm just going to show you how to use a compressor to bring each individual sound through. So we'll start with the kick drum, and again we're using FabFilter Pro C. I'll just clean it up. So what we got, right, kick's a bit spongy straight away, you can hear that. So we're going to want a longer attack time. In fact, I'll do this by showing you a process that you should probably follow. We know that we want the attack dealt with to bring it through the mix. So, and it's a percussive sound. So I like to use 4:1 ratio. I know that. It's just a favourite kind of ratio that I like to use for percussive sounds. And I want a hard knee. Now I know I'm going to want a slow attack, because remember, a fast attack catches the transients. We don't want to catch the transients, we want to bring them through. And a relatively slow release should do it. So those settings, and then we just use the threshold for the amount of processing applied. So as you can hear, what it's done there is it's made the attack clickier. Now there may be other ways that you prefer to do this. For instance, you might want to use the ratio first. So say, okay, we'll start with a kind of middle of the road threshold, and then bring the ratio up so that we get X amount of compression. And then the kick will bring out the attack. The attack will bring out the transient, the kick's transient. So listen. So you can hear it actually working there. And we want it to pump. Okay, so it really does depend on your way of working. I've got loads of different ways of working, so we'll play it with the bass and let's see what's happening. Okay, let's see if we can get it through, coming through that bass now. I reckon that does the job pretty well. Okay, so what we've done there is just worked on the transients of the kick to bring it through the bass. And we're just going to do the rest, because the snare, the open hi-hat and the closed hi-hat basically are all very transient drums. We're just going to do the same on them, just to bring them through the mix. So let's hear the snare without compression. Okay, so same again, let's see if we can pull that through, make it a bit snappier. So, depending on the way you want to work, you can either set up your ratio, your attack and your release approximately, then bring the threshold in to start the compression, or you can bring the threshold up, then the ratio, and then work on the attack and release. I really don't have a set method, just depends how I feel really, I suppose. So I'm just going to work on the snare now, okay? I'll just shut up and let you see what's happening. Okay, I'm really trying to find the snap of the snare there. As you can hear, what happens when you put too much release, the compressor doesn't get back to 0 fast enough, so everything gets softened instead of being made snappy. Same with a fast attack, remember. Okay, let's see what that sounds like. Okay, so that's without the kick and snare having any compression. This is with the compression. Yeah, so they're coming through much better. Obviously, one thing I want to just keep reiterating, we're just using compression. You would have probably EQ'd these sounds before you compressed. Or, depending on which school you belong to, you could have compressed them first, then use the EQ to bring out the attack and stuff some more. So, but again, this is just compression, and you can hear the difference with and without the compression there. Without compression. With compression, much better. Right, let's have a blast at this open hi-hat. So again, as you can imagine, it's just going to be the same. It's the same type of sound, so we just want to bring out the click and maybe shorten the tail a little bit maybe. Okay, we're going to use a longer release this time because it's shortening the sample. Round about there is okay because we're still getting the pumping effect, or it's still getting back to 0, should I say. But then again, is it worth the transient loss that we're getting here? Yeah, I think it's worth it. As you can hear, the open hi-hat kind of disappears without the compressor. Okay, that's good enough for me. And finally, the closed hi-hat. And again, it's the same principle. We're trying to bring the attack through, so let's have a listen. Okay, it's a nice little hi-hat, and it's pretty defined already. Again, that brings me back to another point, the principles of having good samples to start with. So this should be relatively easy to bring through. So you just need to listen and move the settings until you get what you're looking for. See, as you can hear there, it just makes the sample longer and duller. See, we've made the sample shorter there, and hopefully it brings it through the mix a bit better. Yeah, you can hear that just popping through the mix there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. All those 4 sounds kind of come through. I'll play with and without the compressor. Everything just disappears. Okay, so that's how to bring maybe some dull sound through the mix using a compressor, where we're looking, in this case it was transients that was helping us. It can be other stuff. But I hope that was helpful for you. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video.